everyone, this is MrDatsun on Edge of Eternity Minecraft server, and today I'm going to be showing you the Tic Tac Toe game I made. I have a volunteer to help me here, Monkey Lava, and we'll play a few games to show you how it works, and then I'll show you the wiring. So in front of me is the board, and the top shows who wins, and the scoreboard for how many games won in front. And so what you do is you play on this little board here. So I'll hit this button and it'll put an X right there. And this button behind is the reset board button, which will refresh this board. And the light in front shows you if it's your turn or not. And I added a couple other features to this game, which I'll show you later on. Let's see. Oh, so he just won because he's gonna play right here. And so after he plays, what's gonna happen is the top is gonna light up saying winner, and it'll show who won. And so now we just reset the board, and we start a new game. So I'll go here. So in the front, because he won that last game, that light is on to show the score. Let's go here. And there's a button in this middle section which is for refreshing the scores. Go here. I'm not very good at Tic Tac Toe. I think this is going to end in a draw. Yeah, so if a draw happens, what will happen is both the X and O will light up on the top, and it won't show a winner. So that's the basic gameplay of this game. There's a couple, I'll show you a couple features I added, and that is, the first feature is that you can't play twice in a row. So I'll go here, and it'll play there, and then if I try to play again, nothing will happen, so it won't let you do that. The other cool feature is that you can't overwrite someone's spot. So they played in the bottom right. If I try to play there, it won't play. So no one can cheat or anything like that. This is all the wiring to the game. It looks like a lot, but it only took about 3 days to make, so it's not too terrible. It would be a lot more organized, but I kind of just built it as I went along, so everything's just all over the place. Now I'll walk you through all the wiring here. So it starts out with the inputs for each side, and all this area here just makes it go down to a 5x5 area. From there it heads over here and to this very big mass. I was having trouble with the wiring because I had it set for one way and then I had to change it around, and so it just goes all over the place here. It's not very organized. It does two different things here, has two functions. One of them is to make it so you can't play twice in a row, and the way that works is I'll show you by getting a block here. Let's see. This one. So this is one of the inputs coming in, and it gets power, and after it sends a short pulse, it blocks off the pass here, and that way you can't play twice in a row. And the way this resets is with this memory cell, which it has to get power from the other side. So basically, each time the other player goes, it allows the next player to go. The other function of this area is for knowing when someone wins the game. It takes all the inputs and it brings them over here to these sets. There is 8 different sets, and the reason for that is because there's 8 different ways you can win. And so each one of these has a way to win. For example, this first one says 1A, 2B, 3C, which that's the top left, middle, and bottom right. So when those three inputs come in, it applies these pistons and sends power over to the winning section, and so it'll light up that this side won. It's a pretty simple concept. It just takes up a lot of space because I have to have one for each set of combinations. After that, the wiring goes over here, and it just sorts to where it's supposed to go for the input and down to the display area. The first section of this compact design is to stop it from players overwriting a spot that's already taken. So what it does is it gets power and pushes these pistons forward. And so now if you try to give the bottom one power, it won't go through. So that stops you from overwriting a spot. And then after that, it's just the display. All this is just for displaying the X or the O. Besides that, there's now the top, which is the winning signs, which just is mostly torches for the big set, and then the displays for X and O. The last thing that I have here is for the scoreboard, the 0 to 5, and I ripped this design off of minecraftforum.net. All it does is applies power to the next line down every time it gets a pulse. So let's put power right here, and it turns that last one on, and then another pulse, and it turns the next one on. So I mean, it's a good design. I copied it though, so no credit to me. And that's basically all that this is. It looks like a lot of wiring, but it's mostly just sending it to each section, because I didn't plan this out. I just kept adding features as I was making it, so it's all over the place. And that's the whole game.